Welcome everyone to a special edition of Out of Left Field. I'm Ken Cara. This is going to be a Roundball, Roundtable retrospective with the Hazleton area Lady Cougar basketball team. The 2024-25 Lady Cougars went 22-0 during the regular season. They won the Wyoming Valley Conference Championship and the district's 2-4-6A title. They went to the state playoffs and won a school record 28 games. They didn't suffer their first loss until the quarterfinals in the state playoffs against the eventual state champion. Their roster is made up of 4 Standard Speaker co-players of the year: Sophia Benyo, Caitlin Bindis, Alexis Reimold, and Sophia Schultz. Bindis and Reimold were co-Wyoming Valley Conference MVPs. What made their run even more impressive is how they did it. They beat teams on average by 30.6 points a game. Their roster was deep and talented. You could really have had anyone scoring in double digits on any night. In fact, it's hard to just highlight 1 or 2 players who contributed to this amazing run. We couldn't. We didn't. So we got together as many players as we could for this roundtable discussion. If your season was a movie, what song would introduce it?
One shining moment.
One shining moment from like the tournament?
One shining moment.
Well, you can answer that. Why one shining? I mean, it's if people aren't familiar, it's from like the NCAA tournament. They play it like at the end and show the HAHS.
It's Gav's favorite song.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. I don't know who it's by.
He plays it for us.
He plays it for us. Yeah.
Does it pump you up, or you just do it because it makes him happy?
It pumps me up.
It just makes him happy.
How close is this team, and how would you describe it?
I feel like we were like a family, and we never really argued with each other. We were all really good friends.
I agree with that. We're all really close.
Anyone
Yeah,
else?
and we like grew up together, so we've all been around each other for a long time.
So growing up and playing together, were you playing against each other in elementary school? What was it like coming up as you're all coming up? Was you playing like travel ball together? Where did you all play together? Playgrounds?
We played middle school basketball. It was Valley versus Drums. That was a big game.
How many went to Valley and how many went to Drums?
A lot of us went to Valley.
I went to Valley.
Valley, and you went to Drums?
Yeah, there's 3 of us who went to
And
Drums.
we had one at Heights.
you were representing Heights?
Hannah was at Heights.
I was there though at the game. I was supporting.
Grab that microphone. I have a question for you. So how then did you know all of them? How did you come into the group then?
In like 6th grade, I joined their travel team, and then like it just started from there.
Did you like each other in the Valley? Like it's friendly competition? Was it like, oh, we're going to be teammates one day? What was it like in those days?
It was friendly.
Definitely.
I feel like we were friends off the off the court, but when we played against each other, we kind of it's like we weren't.
There's barbecue chicken from there.
What does that mean?
It means it's just like it fell together.
What was the best thing you heard from not a coach, and maybe it could be somebody in the school or that, or someone walking by, but somebody you didn't know? What's the best thing you heard about this team from somebody in the community or something you just overheard?
That like it always looks like we're having fun and like we're always like smiling and stuff.
Where'd you hear that from? Do you know where you heard that from?
Like Plum Red, like basically all the old people that come to our games.
Who is that?
Gav's plumber, Ed Tomaszewski.
What were practices like? Because I read in a few interviews that, a lot of the games you guys were up big, but it was in practice where you're really getting pushed. What were practices like? Were they tough? Is it tough going against each other? Did the Valley and Drum stuff come out again? What were practices like for you guys?
It got really competitive at a few practices. It would get intense, especially when Gav would referee and call random fouls to make his team win.
Are you getting some calls that aren't fair is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Gav's team definitely gets all the calls, and especially late in the game when his team's losing, he calls fouls and puts them on the foul line.
He'll call a random technical.
Do you feel like that mentally prepares you for anything that's going to come at you in a game then? Because you're like, I'm so frustrated at this moment, I should be able to deal with anything?
Yeah.
What were some of the highlights from this season? So Kayla Lagoe you guys played what? St. Joseph by the Sea from New York. And was it Kayla you sent that game to overtime with a shot?
Yeah,
Can you talk about that, and then we'll have your team talk about it?
Well, I think we were all the way at the other side of the basket, and we were getting it in, and someone just threw me the ball, and then I was like, all right, well, the lane's wide open. I just went for a layup. I mean, I don't know if it went in before the buzzer went off, but I mean, they said it did, so it counted.
I was standing on like the opposite block when she shot it, and I was just like staring. I was like, oh my God, that better go in. And I was just staring at the ref, and then he counted it, and I'm pretty sure I almost tackled Kayla.
I think like Gav yelled at us, get on the bench, get on the bench. They counted it.
Was one shining moment playing in your head after they?
Yeah.
That could have been it. That could have been the unbeaten season over right there. Talk about going into overtime then. Did you guys just feel like dominating then? And it was like, all right, we got this from here on in?
Yeah, we definitely came out of overtime in a good start because we were up by a lot.
Yeah, I feel like the momentum from that shot
Yeah.
carried into overtime.
We knew we had to get the job done.
Sophia scores 1,000 points in her career. You guys are all there to support her. What was that kind of like seeing? And I'm sure you're all shooting for a goal like that in the future, many of you. What was it like seeing that happen and being a part of it and helping it happen?
It was pretty crazy because she was getting triple teamed during it. Yeah, poor girl.
Yeah. They came
But she
at her.
did it, so that was pretty impressive.
Finishing the regular season unbeaten, when that moment happens, and I think first time in school history, what's it like? Is it just like all the other celebrations, or was that a little bit different? Why do you say it was different? What made it different?
I don't know. At that moment, I think we just felt like the town was on our backs then.
Any moments I missed from the season that you felt were big moments and maybe they were big to you and people aren't even talking about them. Was there anything that you felt was big that maybe didn't get talked about?
Oh, we met basically all of our goals but one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, our last goal that we didn't meet was winning the state championship. But in the beginning of the season, we went as a team and made like all team goals and individual goals, and we met all of them but one.
Even all the individual stuff and everything?
Yes.
That's really impressive. Was all the team stuff like championships in that, or was there other things on there that was important to the team?
One of them was averaging 70 points a game, and everybody doubted it. They're like,
Who had
70
faith in that?
points
Who
is
had
a
faith
lot.
in that, and who said no, we're not going to do it?
I said we were going to do
I think
it.
we all
we all
agreed.
knew it was
We all
gonna
agreed that
happen.
we would.
I asked you guys, has it sunk in yet that you're one of those teams? Like, believe when I go to Penn State tailgates, all everyone talks about from Hazleton is food and past sports teams, and they bring up all these great baseball teams, these great basketball teams at Hazleton. You are now up there, all of you. Has that sunk in yet, or do you think you'll think about it when the playing days are over and you're looking back a little bit? Or do you feel like we're up there with everybody now? We've accomplished something great.
I feel like it's different because like when we were younger, Josh Samick's team and all like those kids were playing, and then like people would say to like some of us, we're watching a game together, and they're like, we played basketball when we were younger, and they were like, you guys could be there one day. And like I never really thought about it, but then like it really sunk in that like now we're doing almost the same things they did.
All right, we're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, we're bringing the Lady Cougars coaches into the conversation. We'll hear what they have to say about the historic season when this Roundball Roundtable Retrospective rolls on. Welcome back to Out of Left Field. Before recording the Roundball Roundtable Retrospective with the Lady Cougar basketball team, I overheard the team talking to their head coach, Joe Gavio, about just how much they missed everyone and just how bad they all wanted to go to Chick-fil-A after the interview was over. This team loves their food, and that's where we pick up our conversation.
Well, I ate McDonald's before every single game.
Did you? No.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
really?
Yep.
Like how long before are you?
Like
Yeah, is
an
this
hour or
NIL thing?
two.
What's going on? Okay,
Maybe,
what do you usually
like an
get?
hour. A quarter pounder.
A quarter pounder?
Yeah.
Not a double quarter pounder,
No.
just a single quarter pounder.
Yeah.
Fries?
A medium fry and a Coke.
And you're feeling
before
good. You're
every
good to go.
game.
Is
Yep.
this encouraged?
No, not really.
Don't you get like no mustard and like?
Yeah, no mustard, no pickle.
So that makes it
So
healthier.
McDonald's, maybe you could
Does anyone
sponsor me
else-
next year.
That should be marketed as the Caitlin Bindis
Yes.
like meal.
Yeah, I agree with that. Sponsor me.
Oh, the gummy bears.
You guys are lucky I remember that.
They bring us a big bag of gummy bears before every game, and we
eat, like,
eat
the
the
whole
whole
thing.
bag.
Gav choked on Skittles.
Me and Caitlin gave him a Skittle, and it was at one of the boys' games, and he choked.
Did you two start to panic? Like, oh my God, we killed Coach? Or okay.
Well, we kind of knew he was fine, so we just got him water.
I think when we like realized that everyone was supporting us was when every practice Gav would tell us about 20 different people that would talk to him about the team.
And he got free breakfast.
Yeah, he started eating for free. People were paying for him in the town. It turned into a great show for him.
What are some photos from this season maybe that make you happy or make you really think of this year, if there are any? I brought this up because of all the things that happened this season. This is the photo Coach Gav sent to me.
Oh my God, when he got pied. That was
Oh yeah, that was Pie Day.
I got to pie Coach Gav on that day. I did it gentle, and then some other people didn't.
I came in.
I did not. I got it all in his nose.
There was like 6 pies. I pied them, and I don't think I did it nicely, but I'm sorry, Gav.
Do you think that there was some aggression coming out that you couldn't let out during the season
Maybe a
towards
little.
coaches?
Maybe.
Just a little.
It was love. It was love.
Coach Gabbio is still doing well after the Skittle incident and after taking several pies to the face from his team on Pie Day at the Hazleton Area High School. He's doing so great that he joins us now with his assistant coaches Dan Rogers and Lauren Kutney. Pie Day, by the way, is on March 14th every year, and it celebrates the number pi, the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter. It's enough math for now. Let's get back to the basketball talk. Before we started the segment, I asked about if anyone said, something after the loss and everything, and you said you were inspired by Coach Lauren over here. You have the quote on your phone. Here, we have to give you a mic. Explain the quote and where this came from.
Okay, so we all put like quotes on the wall and we had to think of them, and Lauren's quote was, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened," and now it's my lock screen.
So that meant that you felt that, like after the season,
Yeah.
is that what you look back on?
Yeah, I thought it was a nice quote by Dr. Seuss.
Lauren, you obviously felt that way as well. Talk about maybe that quote and why you felt that was so important once. I mean, I think it's obvious, but you got to live through it.
Yes. So I teach kindergarten, so a lot of what I do is Dr. Seuss based. But, we spend, one of the girls said, we do spend a lot of time, together and, going from, losing on a Friday night, and then Monday I went to track practice and I was like, I don't know if I want to go to track yet. Like, it's a very different routine, going from school all day to track practice when you're ready for the cold, rather than just, packing a hoodie and sweatpants for basketball. So, the girls talked about the closeness of this team and, you really get to see that. So, I get emotional after games, whether it's like celebrating like I just won or, getting like sad like they are, we're with them all the time. They're my family too.
Coach Gabbio, you've obviously been around a lot of talented players, a lot of talented teams, and I'm not saying compare, but was there something different with this one? Was this one where it's like, oh my God, everybody's getting along, or was it just, this is what makes a successful team and here we are?
The system is the system. I've been pressing all my life, but when you get people who can do it just a little bit better. There was a funny story you talked about people coming back, and quite a few people come back. We had a lot of people come back, and one of the groups that came back, 3 or 4 of them that came back from the Fab Five. Everybody remembers the Fab Five. They're very good. Ashley Grimm, Kim Dodson came in, Bridget Zola. There were people coming in, Sarah Busson came in, but the Fab Five said, and Kim came from Maryland. Ashley is the assistant AD at Shipment, but they had traveled to get here, and they came, and there was a huge crowd there, and I got pictures of them. They said, after the game, said, oh my God, we thought we were good. They would kick our butt. So something like that. It was a special thing that was coming there. And you could see it last year. You could see it coming up, as Dan said, stuff. You can just see it. People were starting to talk about us, but seeing it and doing it is a whole different thing and getting the feel.
Are the younger girls getting excited? I think I spoke with both of you, the Rogers, at an event where the girls were working with some of the younger, at the Fran Lebanati League. This seems like it would be infectious with like people, the younger kids being like, I want this one day. Have you seen any of the girls, like hearing from younger girls, like looking up to you or seeing them, like has the team heard any of that?
So I had a girl who I graduated with, and, she brought her daughter who's in 3rd grade, and she said her daughter can't wait to come to Lady Cougar games because she can't wait to be a part of the program. And I told them that after the game, like, what you guys are doing is so important. Like, you might not realize it right now, but somebody's going to want to be, one of these girls when they grow up. The same way that they wanted to be a Mac or they want to be, Alyssa or whoever that may be. Like, I grew up going to games with my dad, and, you want to be like an Ashley Grimm. You want to be, a Kim Dodson, because that's when I started going to games. So these girls now in 3rd and 4th and even 5th grade are seeing these girls like, I want to be part of that program. And like, that is so special, like, to have that.
Seems like they have a lot of good examples.
Yeah, if I may as well, too, to Lauren's point and Coach Cavs, I totally agree. I mean, and these girls, I'm not sure if they realize it, but they are role models for the younger girls in this community. And just to touch on, Ken, you had mentioned the Fran Lebanati League. So we were running those drills and through in that, and when these little girls would see these girls come, especially at that one event at Maple Manor when I believe everybody, all the girls were there. These younger girls were going crazy. And you know, you're going through drills and with more excitement than maybe if they weren't there that night. Then they're doing TikToks with them afterwards. Then they show up in the bleachers, right? They're watching these girls. One or two came down. I think they wanted maybe an autograph or somebody gave them, you know, a ball or something like that. But my point is, these girls are role models, and they're first-class role models. These girls do everything the right way, the Lady Cougar way, and they're great role models for the young girls in this area.
Gav had this girl come into the locker room one time, and she took a picture, and the mom sent it to me, so she had my phone number. And like a few days ago, I guess she plays like a bitty basketball league, and there's like, she had like the card, and it was like favorite team, and it said Lady Cougars.
Oh, no kidding. So it really became a huge thing. That's an awesome compliment. When we come back, we'll wrap up our conversation in the most amazing way ever. You're not going to want to miss this. Our Roundball Roundtable Retrospective returns after this. Welcome back to Out of Left Field. From generation to generation, one thing remains a constant with every Lady Cougar basketball team coached by Joe Gavio: a relentless press. This team put on a masterclass when it came to the press and playing defense. Here's another crazy stat for you. Hazleton area averaged around 17 steals per game last season. Their opponents got around 0.2 takeaways per game. Those numbers blow my mind way more than trying to think about circles and pie from the previous segment. Let all of that sink in for a moment. And now let's continue our Roundball Roundtable Retrospective with the Lady Cougar basketball team. Who's like the steal person? Who's the person you're looking at and you're saying they're gonna, or is it everybody on this team?
Alexis.
Definitely Alexis,
Alexis right
Benny,
here.
Caitlin.
What do you think about that, Alexis?
Yeah, send it down to her.
Yeah,
Talk
Alexis,
about that part of your game and why. Just have you always been like that, or how did you hone that?
I didn't really know I was, but that's great to know.
Yes,
You're
she
surprised
is.
by this?
Yeah.
What did you think you were? Did you think that you were like you would be something else, like the shooter or the something, or do you feel?
I don't know. I guess I kind of just go out there and try to like make stuff happen.
Do you pride yourself on it though? Because that was the only thing I could do in basketball was try to steal the ball, and I loved it. And then I eventually got cut because I guess I was terrible and everything else. But again, has you always been like that? Do you pride yourself on it?
Yeah.
She just hustles.
X's and O's wise, because we talked about a lot of generalities. You said that they just fit into, I mean, you have the athletes who could run your system very well. Is that what it was? Just the talent that they had and it just fit into the system? I mean,
You got to buy into it. I say a lot of people can't do what we do. It's very difficult and it's hard. I heard someone say, get into that second gear. Well, you got to get there where you think you can't go no more and you do it, because other teams are getting in shape. They know we're going to press. They come after you. You know how much better do you have to be in doing what you do? And people think it's all about stealing. It's not. It's about wearing down. It's about tempo. It's like getting shots. We'll bring up Mr. Libanaz, one of my idols, who I was up at the high school with for many years. We want to take 125 shots. Maybe we'll make 25 of them. And we just attack, and we get that run. The natural high is when they have to call a timeout or two, and they're running off the court. We get a run. We're going to get a run. It's going to happen somewhere. It even happened against that team that won the state championship. We were down. We could have quit. We were fired up in the locker room. Everybody's trying, and we came back, cut at the 9, missed a couple shots and stuff like that, but we were right there. These kids have bought in, and it's not easy. We're the last one down. What do we do? We're the last one down. Come on, what's going on here? We're the last one down. Then get them out. They get mad at me. But that's what you do. Got to find that gear. And these kids have found it many times, and they've done it the last 2 years. A couple of things there. We're going to go to those 3 shootouts in October, where you're getting ready for the season. Where that's where we started. It was funny. We went to the shootout, the Philly Burb shootout, and that's what I found out. That's what someone said. They do an article on 2 or 3 teams. They said, here's the way they started. Well, they're not from Philadelphia, but watch out for that Hazleton team. And a couple of coaches who I know there. Gav, you got a shot, man. You got a shot. Your kids are really good. Your kids are good, and they're relentless. Bob Schnorr won over 900 games, 11 state championships. His protege, Tina Nicholson, got a game with Coatesville. And the year before, they won 16 games. They're real quick, and they came in an exhibition game. And we show him. He goes, oh, my God, you guys are relentless. You're brutal. Because you remember with that, we mercy ruled them, and they were a pretty darn good team, and they made the playoffs and stuff. So
last thing I want to ask, and for the coaches, and probably for the coaches, and then we'll wrap this up. What impressed you about this team? You've been around them. Everyone was impressed with the stats and this and that. What impressed you all? Because you knew what you had, but what impressed you what they were able to accomplish this year? Was there anything that really stood out?
If I may start just talking about the team concept and everybody buying into their role. And you talk about favorite pictures. I think, Lauren, we talk about this all the time. We'd actually share these pictures after a game or that after somebody posted online. And a lot of the times it was the team actually celebrating what one of their teammates was doing on the court. And I thought that was really, really cool. There wasn't, for the most part, no egos on this team. Everybody got along and we celebrated each other's individual success as well as team success.
I think it was last year. We had a big game against an arch rival, Crestwood, in overtime, and I think Kayla hit a big shot. Okay, and somehow someone took a video. It was on our video of it. Well, he got it. He put it on our big jumbotrons, you know, our dude, and we kept watching it because people were jumping up, people were going crazy. And then Lauren sent me one with a pass this year. Someone you just and they're our favorite pictures, believe it or not. It's not a lot of times you see someone shooting or something like, well, someone's going to make it, someone's going to do this, someone's going to get a shot, but to see the enthusiasm of the bench. And I always tell kids, you're watching games, the NCAA games, watch the bench. Don't watch the ball all the time. Watch they're throwing the towels and stuff. Hey, last time Hazel won the District 11 team, I was a junior on the team, so I wasn't playing, not good enough. But I love being on the bench with the towels and stuff. That's half the fun. That's half the fun. It's really giving that when you come out and jump up.
Well, I appreciate you all letting me hang out with this special group for one time, and everyone in the Hazleton area. You have a lot of time to jump on the bandwagon for next season, but there's a lot of Lady Cougars playing in the spring as well. I don't know what time Chick-fil-A closes, but let's try to get them out of there for that. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Think back to the first question at this roundtable. What song would open a movie about this Lady Cougars team? The answer was the song that plays at the end of the NCAA men's basketball tournament on CBS, One Shining Moment. We have a few final moments to share with you, and they are definitely shining.
All right, Gab, okay, I have a question. So in the beginning when he asked us to pick a song that would describe our team, and we said One Shining Moment, and he asked us to sing it, but we were waiting for you. So
No, listen to the voice. The time's coming. No. We're going to go
Ball
there.
is tipped. There you are. I don't know the next line though. You're a shooting star. I knew that for years.
No one knows just how hard you work, but now it shows. Okay, my voice is not too good.
One shining moment. Danny, can you sing All I Do Is Win?
Oh.
I think you could do it.
That's your song.
Do you have a song? No matter what, put the hands up, and they stay there. All right.
Well, they asked me my favorite interview I've done before, and it's now this one because we got to sing along. Not only do we talk with everyone, we got to sing along. How much fun are the 2024-25 Lady Cougars? And guess what? So many of them will be back for next season, so make your way to the Huey McGeehan Gymnasium in the winter and scream One Shining Moment at the top of your lungs for some of the best athletes in our area. Also, Dave Seaman and the Standard Speaker had some great coverage of the team this past season, so if you want to learn more about them, I say go Google Hazleton Area Girls Basketball Standard Speaker, or just head to the Standard Speaker's website and do a search there. In fact, the Standard Speaker is where I recently learned that Caitlin Bindis was named to the Pennsylvania Sports Writers All-State Second Team. Congratulations to her. Finally, a number of the amazing photos and videos you saw of the team were shot by Matt, the creator. A big thank you to him for letting us use his work, and you should really check out all of his work on Instagram. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, take it easy.